Hi there, I'm Lynn Mathis, and this is Dave Dickens.
Hey everybody.
Dave oversees MPD for the campus ministry of Cru. I get to work with him and several others, and I work specifically with our staff serving internationally. So I'm really excited that we get this time to share a little bit, some hints for you coming back from your stint and internship. I was in Russia for 5 years, and I know when I would come back to the States, there were always so many things that were like competing for my attention.
Sure.
Sometimes MPD was not the priority, but I know that is a need for all of you, and so we wanted to make that time even more effective by giving you a couple of hints.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave, what would you say as they are getting ready to come to be with us soon in Orlando for the MPD training? What are some hints or tips you'd give them as far as what to do during these next few weeks?
Well, definitely continue to stay in touch with your partners. Be sending out the monthly prayer letter. I assume that you've let them know about your next steps in ministry, but if you haven't, be sure to do that. But just even trying to connect informally with people, maybe an open house. Obviously you'll see people at church and other places. So just connecting informally, and then also you might want to think through just sort of a quick response to the question, well, how was the last year, or how was the last 2 years? And now people are not going to want sort of the full story, but maybe something just 2 or 3 minutes that really captures what the Lord did in your life and through your ministry those last year or two. And especially if it could be connected to a changed life story, people really are responsive to that. The other thing too is just make sure that you're doing the MPD pre-training assignments that hopefully that you've received, and there's 8 altogether. So we're going to take some time to work through all of those. And one in particular we'd like to emphasize too is raising support for new staff training. Raising support for obviously your expenses for September, and also you're going to have expenses for your January training also in Daytona.
I would guess that some people might have a pretty large account balance.
True.
Would you say that they need to raise support for new staff training as well?
Yes, I would. We would encourage you still to raise support for your trainings, even though you might have a lot of money right now in your staff account as a result of your last year or two on STEM. And you'll just be surprised how quickly that money will go away. And worst case scenario, then you end up in deficit, you're getting not full paychecks, then you need to get a job while you're working on support, and that's just a very, very challenging way to start out your career on staff and raising support in that kind of scenario. So please, please, yes, work hard and raise the support for new staff training.
Great. And I know that there's information, there's some sample letters and some information that is on this Moodle site as well, as far as some information that will help them with this. But is there anything you'd say not to do during these next few weeks as far as MPD goes?
Yes, definitely. We've learned a lot of things. A lot of people have gone before you in terms of this transition. What we would encourage you not to do is meet formally with people, even with your partners. And we want to make sure that you have the training on how to have those appointments with people, because you'll be reconnecting. We're also going to encourage you to ask for increases from your current monthly partners, and it's important to know how to ask that in an appropriate way. We also want to give you the training on how to do a good job in asking for referrals. You're going to need hundreds and hundreds of additional contacts, and the people that are on your team right now are going to be the ones who are most likely be most helpful in suggesting some of their friends for you to contact. So we want to make sure that you're equipped and ready to have that conversation with people and ask in such a way that they'll feel very compelled to want to introduce you to their friends.
Great. Well, I think that will give you a few tracks to be running on, and you could also find information on the staff web, staffweb.cru.org, under new staff members. Along the right-hand side, you'll find more information that will help you as well. But we really are looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
See you in Orlando. Bye-bye.